So sharing files. Traditionally, when people share files, they attach it to an email, they send the file off, person at the other end makes their changes, sends it back. Now we do things a little differently in Teams.
Again, it's just that real-time collaboration with who you're working with. And when we're doing cyber essentials assessments, there's a lot of data that we have to go through with, reviewing mobile devices and all that kind of stuff. Being able to sort of share a spreadsheet and work with the client right there in that spreadsheet. There's none of this version because it gets out of date and wrong very, very quickly. You open the document and you can see if we're in Excel, you can see the cell that the person is in, so you can...
So this is using the sharing links feature.
Yeah, so it's very cool just be able to see literally what they're typing as they're typing it. So sometimes I can be adding information to the Excel spreadsheet and they can be sort of checking that and going, yeah, this is good, that's correct, we're getting rid of that phone, or all those kind of things.
I think with sharing links as well, when you attach a file, you send it to someone, that file is now with them. They can do what they want with it. With a sharing link, the file never leaves your organization. You're just granting someone access into that file. So you can control what that person can do with it. If you want to give them just read-only access, fair enough. So you're also keeping control of your data.
Which is super important. I believe sort of stop them from downloading those documents as well. So, you've got confidence that that file is still yours, it's not going anywhere else.
So most of our clients are using Microsoft 365 in some form. And I think one of the key parts of my role is migrating clients to Microsoft 365 and helping them get the most out of that. When we move a client to Microsoft 365, typically we'll look at the structure of their organization and we'll recommend a Teams structure for them. So we can help create those teams, those different channels within the teams. It might not be right for every customer. We are here to try and enlighten them what's possible with Teams.
I think one of the most common observations that I sort of have or that I hear is where businesses try and adopt Teams and use Teams for chat, and then they start putting files in there. They're sort of missing an important component, which is the SharePoint, which is the place you would store all your files and organize them and have permissions on them. So
they're lacking that structure behind the scenes.
Yes.
It becomes a bit of a dumping ground of files. Nobody knows what's in there. Who's responsible for those files?
Exactly. So I do think that's probably the one thing that most businesses get it wrong by just putting files into Teams. Teams is important, but it uses,
There's a lot of stuff in the background that needs to be sort of set up right. And that's kind of what we're here for. Devising on a potential structure and working with those clients to develop that over time, to build it up.
Because once the structure's right at the start, it's then very, very easy to manage it going forward. Whereas if you sort of use it as a dumping ground and put everything...
If you make sure that structure is very user intuitive, then you shouldn't get as much pushback from colleagues as you might otherwise get.
And if someone new joins the business as well, it's very easy then to give them access to what they need, not to everything, because it's all properly managed.